Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast here to tell you about Michelob Ultra Courtside. It's getting fans closer to the NBA with a chance to win prizes like courtside seats, a trip to All-Star Weekend, and much more. Check it out at MichelobUltra.com/courtside. Michelob Ultra Superior Access, Courtside 24-25 sweepstakes, no purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21 and up. Begins on October 1st, 2024, ends July 1st, 2025. Multiple entry periods. Visit MichelobUltra.com/courtside for free entry deadlines, and official rules. Message and data rates may apply. Void where prohibited.
This episode is brought to you by Nerds Gummy Clusters, the sweet treat that always elevates the vibe. With a sweet gummy surrounded with tangy, crunchy nerds, every bite of Nerds Gummy Clusters brings you a whole new world of flavor. Whether it's game night, on the way to a concert, or kicking back with your crew, unleash your senses with Nerds Gummy Clusters.
This is the plaintiff, Alicia Robinson. She says she cared for the defendant's kids for a few months, and that deadbeat defendant refuses to compensate her for caring for his kids while he was off doing who knows what. She fed them, bathed them, clothed them for 2 months. She feels she's owed $5,000 in child care and other expenses, and is suing for just that today. This is the defendant, Randy Howard. He says the plaintiff basically kidnapped his kids, who were supposed to stay with his cousin while he worked the night shift. And if anyone here is owed money for being wronged, it's him, not her. That's right. The crazy plaintiff had just broken up with her boyfriend. She was after him to be with her. He kept rejecting her. And now here they are in court. What a mess. He's accused of abandoning his 3 kids. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for kidnapping his kids and lying to child services.
All parties, please use your right seat. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Alicia Robinson, you are suing Randy Howard for $5,000 that you say he owes you for taking care of his children and for a phone his children broke. Tell me what's going on here. You are counterclaiming against her $5,000 for calling ACS on you, Children's Services, and for kidnapping your children and lying. Okay, what is going on?
Okay, so I met Mr. Howard's daughter earlier this year. I've known him most of my life. We live in the same building. We grew up together. How I actually met his daughter was another child from another development came to beat her up over some drama that was going on, and I intervened. When I went to his house to intervene with the girls, he wasn't home, but his girlfriend was home, and she refused to come to the door like, you know, I'm eating, but there's a child that's here trying to fight this little girl, and you don't want to do anything about that. So after that happened, the little girl with other kids from my building started spending time at my house or whatever.
Do you have children?
No, I don't. I have a 11-year-old niece.
Okay, does she live with you?
No, she doesn't, but
Okay.
she spends a lot of time at my house as
Okay.
well. She started spending time with her from the first night that...
How old is his daughter?
14.
Okay,
My niece is about 11.
okay.
Okay, so they became friends. She spent a night with her, one night with her. After she spent that first night with her, she was...
Okay, but when she spends the night, who is she asking permission to spend the night? Who do
I
you
had
talk?
her contacting him. Sometimes he answered, sometimes he didn't.
Okay.
You know, so like during the duration, any child that comes into my home, they know they need to contact their parents to let them know where they are.
Okay, so according to you, there was a point in time where his children, how many of them?
A total of 3.
Were living with you.
Yes.
Are you saying, is that hyperbole on your part where you're exaggerating because they're there?
it's no
You literally
exaggeration.
mean they moved in with you?
The middle child, the 14-year-old, basically was staying with me.
Who gave the child permission to stay with you? Who did you talk to of the parents?
He put her out.
He put the 14-year-old out?
He put her out.
Did you put out your 14-year-old?
No.
Okay, why is she saying you put your 14-year-old?
I want to correct the situation. The child in the matter that we're talking about is my child's mother's child. It's not my physical child. I ended up...
Your child's mother's child, okay? Got it? Yeah, I got it, stepdaughter.
And then we're
kinda.
talking about my 9-year-old.
Okay, how many children do you have?
2.
Okay.
My oldest daughter, which is 18, and my youngest daughter, which is 9 years old.
Okay, and this 14-year-old is someone who you helped to raise?
Exactly.
Okay, were they living with you at some point?
Yes, they were.
Why were they, where was their mother?
Their mother's in Virginia.
Doing what? The mother abandoned them?
I ended up taking on the responsibility.
Okay.
So I'm with my child, my two that I have custody of, and I'm with the middle daughter who I raised since a baby.
Okay. All right. Now, according to her, they were living with her, all three of them, or just the 14-year-old?
The 14-year-old was basically living in my house, sleeping in my house, eating in my house, leaving from school.
Okay.
From my
you
house.
as an adult, why is it you're not saying, girl, you got to go home? Like, why doesn't that happen?
When you come home and a child is locked out of their home, where do you send them to?
Okay. Well, when he comes home from work, what do you do?
I literally had to track him down in the street to ask for, like, your kid is at my house, right? Yeah, I know this, that, and other. All right, well, I got to buy food. You want to put money towards the food so I can have extra food in the house? I got you, A. I got you, A. Don't worry about it. So he knew fully well what was going on in the house or whatever the case may be. He didn't want the child in his house. He put all of them out a number of times. I'm sorry. I need to.
What do you mean by put them out?
Putting them out of the house, kicking them out of the house, locking them out of the house.
Okay, so what happens? What happens?
Okay, ACS was called during the daytime.
Who called ACS?
His baby mother.
Okay, she calls ACS, and what happened?
They went to his house first.
Right.
They went and talked to him or whatever the case may be. When they came downstairs to my house, the girls were resistant to talking to them. They was, standoffish, and they were about to bring them back home. But Mr. Howard came down to my house. And the first ACS, she was like, oh, so you did know where your kids was. That was the first slide. We wound up stepping into the hallway and talking. And during that conversation in the hallway, this man got down on his knees to this ACS worker telling her, like, please don't take my kids, because she done caught him in about 3 or 4 lies, and now she's irritated and upset with him. She's like, I should take all of the kids up out of the house and take them with me. But because the mother had called, and I was there constantly I called
Because he had told ACS that you had kidnapped the kids?
I don't know what he told them.
According to you, how long did she have your kid?
She had my youngest daughter for a day. They were supposed to spend a weekend. They wasn't even supposed to be at her house. They were supposed to be playing with the cousin.
Okay,
this is my stepdaughter.
Okay, I understand that, but how do you not know where they are? You know where they are.
Correction. I did know where they at. They told me they was going to play with the next door neighbor. They didn't say they was going to our house. Then when I called her back and I said, I called my middle daughter, Aaliyah. I'm at work. I said, Aaliyah, where's Angel at? Oh, I took her to Alicia's house. Here we go now. Now my daughter calls me traumatized. Daddy, she won't let me come out the house. What? I know nothing about ACS. I know nothing about nothing. My daughter's calling me on the phone.
The 9-year-old.
9-year-old. I taught her well.
And she's calling you saying?
Crying. This girl will not let me out.
What girl? She won't?
Will not let me out. Daddy, can you come home? She will not let me out the house. Whoa, how'd you get there?
Yeah, how did you get there? Where did you think your 9-year-old was?
She was supposed to be at the cousin's house playing until 9 o'clock. She comes back upstairs.
Well, who's the cousin?
The cousin.
Is there an adult in the cousin's house?
She's an adult. Courtney, she's of age. She's
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you stop? What happens that night? The children go home with you?
I come home. First of all, they asked me.
Can you tell me what happens at the end? What happens? Does ACS take your children away, or do the children go home with you?
No, they said they're sleeping. They said, Mr. Howard, come get your child, Mom.
That's what they...
Because the children were sleeping at her place?
Yes, this is the ACS letter, too, from the start of the investigation.
So did you get your children the next day?
Yes.
Are the children still going there?
No.
The children in VA.
Are the children still going to your house?
Actually.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Are the children still going to your house?
The oldest daughter just spent the night at my house.
Which child spent the night at your house?
This weekend, the
oldest
daughter.
Do you want your children to spend the night at her house?
No.
Don't let them spend the night at her house anymore. The parent of the child, you are not the parent, does not
18.
want the children to spend the night at your house anymore.
Sunday night, his oldest daughter spent the night at my house. She was trying to get in the house and to his girlfriend's house, but she didn't have the key and no one was home. So about 1 o'clock, I told her to go blow up an air mattress, go to sleep. You got school in the morning. You'll leave out from school.
The report was found unfounded, and then it's just a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo. You're suing for a couple things. Let's talk about what you're suing for. $2,000 for childcare over a month. Did someone hire you to be childcare?
I never asked for $2,000 in childcare because
but you're doing it now.
Because he's a liar.
Okay. So there was never an agreement by anybody to pay you for childcare. So you can't sue on an agreement that doesn't exist because you're angry. $500 wardrobe replacement. What is that for?
While his daughters were staying in my house, they were wearing my clothes.
Okay. Did anybody ever agree to pay you $500 for wardrobe replacement?
Yes.
Who did?
There was a text message that I sent to both him and his sister.
Okay, can I have that?
I did.
You're also suing. It's here. Yesterday, Alicia called ACS with all the kids down there. Hood Ninja got all the moves. Who is Hood Ninja got all the moves? Okay. Mine's is chilling with a woman stress-free at night, LOL.
That was him trying to,
Trying to what?
holler at me at the end. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning when he was texting. And
A woman that's into me and I'm into her and I'm progressing.
Yeah, I was confused. I ain't know. I'm telling you the truth. I was confused. You see what time it is? I'm not used to
Are
that.
you taking Ambien? You wouldn't know a woman if she knocked you out, she says. Yeah, I would, and I would make sure it's a private knockout. Oh, Lord above.
Go.
Oh, this is after the fact, about the phone. Is there anything other than the phone?
In regards to...
All the other thousands of dollars you're suing for, household items replaced, wardrobe replacement, child care, all that
In
stuff.
the last text message that I sent to him, I did inform him if we had to go this far, that I have to seek legal matters. You know, is messed up that we coming to this far, and all I asked you to do was replace my phone.
Tell me about the phone replacement, the iPhone 7. What happened to the iPhone 7?
So the day that ACS was actually called to the house, we were about to cross the street going to the laundromat, and we had a big shopping cart, but a car was coming. I heard it coming. I didn't see it. I just heard it, and I pulled the girls back. When I pulled the girls back, my phone dropped. When the phone dropped...
You dropped your phone?
The shopping cart snagged...
Where had the phone been that it dropped
in
from?
my pocket. When it fell out, she rolled over it with the shopping cart. It was not done intentionally.
Okay, why would he have to pay? Because he's the father?
Because he said that he was going to replace it. With everything that was going on, what I actually got from Mr. Howard was, thank you, A, thank you for looking out. You know, you a good person. Continue to be how you are. Thank you. I appreciate what you're doing so much. You know, if I could, I would give you what I could, but I don't got it right now. Even as far as...
What is your legal theory on why he's responsible for your phone falling out of your pocket while you are taking care of his kids that you have chosen to do? This is your choice. For a parent to be liable for the actions of a child, the parent has to be in control of the child at the moment. You're the one in control of the children. You're crossing the street, there's a car coming, you're pulling back, it's your pocket, your phone falls out. On what theory is he liable for that? Just because he's the father? Because that's not the law. The law doesn't say that parents always have to pay their children's debts. Maybe it should, but it doesn't. But I can't legally bind him to paying for your phone. I also can't legally bind him for the other things that you're suing for. You're not entitled to retroactively decide, I've spent too much money on these children by my own choice, and now I want him to pay me back. Counterclaim of $5,000 because according to you, she called ACS, but you know it's your ex who called, right?
Yana.
You think it's her?
They was both in cahoots. They was both on the phone.
Yeah. And kidnapping your child.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, is this really kidnapping where the plaintiff is spending a lot of time with the defendant's kids?
No, it just sounds like negligence on the father's part.
Negligence on the father's part?
Yeah, I think he should keep better track of his kids, honestly.
Well, he's saying, I think he's saying she essentially stole their affection from him.
I think if he knows where they're at and he didn't ask for them back, then it's definitely not kidnapping.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
You know that she didn't kidnap your children.
I shouldn't have said kidnap.
No,
I should have used a different word. I should have used...
This is what he's been telling people in the streets.
Yeah, kidnapping's the wrong word because that means kidnapping. You know, kidnapping. And that's what kidnapping means. And it doesn't mean what's here, which is it's convenient that somebody in your building is willing to watch over your children and make sure they don't kill themselves. That's convenient because you're not even paying her. She's willing to do it. That's not kidnapping. You know exactly where your kids are. On your counterclaim against her, 0. On your claim against him, it's also 0 for the reasons that I've explained. What needs to happen from here on in, you got to figure out some way. If you're going to be the parent, then you got to parent. And you got to figure out a way to get them under control because that's your job. That's a job you took over, okay?
100%.
In regards to money, like we did...
Yeah, you're not getting any money. We just discussed that, okay? So on your lawsuit against him, 0. On your counterclaim against her, also 0.
Well, this is a case that nobody's going to be happy about coming to a close. Here comes the plaintiff, Ms. Robinson. Tell me what you think about what the judge just said to you.
I think if she would have listened to the rest of the evidence that I did have in regards to a child in need, you shouldn't turn your back on a child in need.
You going to keep caring for kids if they come banging on your door?
His daughter just spent the night at my house this weekend.
You said that. I heard you that.
It's not nothing with
right.
him and I. If a person is in need help,
You'll
you help.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Howard, you're on your way out of the courtroom. The judge gave you a good lecture, too. You got a parent, you know? Can you do it? I mean, you still working the late hours?
I'm still working.
Till
I'm
1 o'clock
5
in the
years
morning?
in. I'm like the champ for where I'm at working.
Yeah?
Yes. I mean, I know it's hard. Take care of the kids. That's what I do.
Do the
I'm
best
happy
you can.
with the judgment.
All right.
Everybody have a nice night.
Thank you very much. Harvey?
Doug, I mean, if a parent is neglecting a child and you know it, that is when it's appropriate to call Children's Services. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Love, exciting and new. Hello, Hannah Waddingham here. Have you seen the fabulous new Sun Princess? World-class entertainment, exceptional dining, and the greatest pizza ever. It's a love.
Don't miss our Come Aboard sale with up to 40% off and free room upgrades. Visit princess.com or call your travel advisor to book. Princess Cruises. Terms and restrictions apply. Offer ends 2/28/25. Ships at Bermudan and British Registry.
Lowe's knows that free is just better. That's why MyLowe's Rewards is free to join. As a member, you earn points towards MyLowe's money on eligible purchases, get exclusive free gifts, and earn free shipping at Silver Key status, all on top of weekly member-only deals. Don't wait. Join MyLowe's Rewards for free today and start saving more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
This is the plaintiff, Jurgen Reynolds. He says the defendant, his nasty neighbor, had his car towed from his driveway while he was away on vacation in Costa Rica. He did it out of vengeance because they don't get along. The no-good louse owes him $722.46 for the tow and storage. And that's just what he's suing him for today. This is the defendant, Rafael Sejo. He says he had nothing whatsoever to do with the plaintiff's car being towed and doesn't know why he's being targeted and blamed. The plaintiff was parked in a no-parking zone. He has no power to have anyone's car towed and owes a neighbor nothing. He's accused of towing the line.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant had his car towed out of pure vengeance. But the defendant says he had nothing to do with it, and the plaintiff was parking in a no-parking zone. It's the case of zoned out.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Jurgen Reynolds, you are suing Rafael Sejo, your neighbor, for $722.46 in towing and storage fees that you were charged by the tow company because, according to you, he inappropriately had you towed. What happened?
That's correct. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Back like 2 years ago, I moved to the property where Mr. Sejo is living actually. And when at the start, we didn't have that neighbor good communication. So we're having like a rocking relationship. So the issue with Mr. Sejo was that in the property where I live, there's a driveway that he be using illegally. And when I start like working for the owner, I'm supposed to be in and out to get materials for work. But Mr. Sejo, you always used to park in the driveway, and sometimes I had to wait for him to get out.
All right, hold on one second. Is this a picture that you submitted into evidence?
That's correct. That's one
All
of the
right, you have a
pictures.
big arrow to help me out, and that's is that Mr. Sejo's car?
That's Mr. Sejo's car. That's his actual car.
So he parks there, and okay, go on.
Okay, so then.
And where's your house?
My house is in the back. There's some more pictures.
Oh.
This is my house in the back.
No. Is there one picture that shows both your houses? Yes or no?
No, sir. No,
okay,
miss.
it's ma'am, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
ma'am, sorry.
All right, no problem. All right, that's fine. I was just trying to figure out how many houses away do you live from him?
My house is separate from his property.
How many houses away?
Away, like.
Is it across the street? Is it next door? What is it?
It's away. It's totally separate from the property.
Okay, so is it across the street or on the same street?
It's not in the street. It's in the property. I'm off the street.
Is your house across the street from his house or on the same block?
It's pretty much in the same block.
Okay.
I'm in the back.
All right. So you see his car parked illegally. Ironically, it's your car that gets towed. Where was your car parked when it was towed?
Okay. So what happened? Okay, that's why we're here. On February the 4th, I was visiting my mother in Costa Rica. So I received a call from one of my roommates asking me if I had somebody removing my car. And
Where was your car parked?
My car was parked right in my house, right in front of my house with the parking space out.
Do you have a picture of that?
Yes, that's a picture I use.
Okay, but that's not one of the pictures that you gave us in evidence?
And that's the car, by the way, the red Mini Cooper.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The pictures are there, it's just in a different email.
Okay. Is this a picture of where you're, no, this is a picture of you waiting in your car because he's got his car with the 2 stripes parked there and someone else has another car parked there.
That's correct.
Okay. So do you call the police when that happens?
So actually, it wasn't the first time. You can see there's another picture that shows Mr. Seijo against Parker over there in the park.
Yeah, I see a bunch of pictures. Now, here's my question. Did you ever, at some point in time, call the police and say,
I did.
And did his car get towed?
Yeah, no. Actually, I did. Before I called the cops, I called the landlord, and he advised me to call the police because, I was supposed to be...
You called his landlord or your landlord?
My landlord.
Okay. So you called the police, and did the police ticket him?
The police came, and they gave him tickets.
Did they tow him?
No.
Okay. So now this is a picture of you parked in a space. What's that sign say that you're parked in? Is yours the red Mini Cooper?
Yeah, that's my car.
Okay. What do those signs say that are up there?
That's the numbers, just parking numbers.
Wait. It says private parking.
Oh, the sign, yeah, private parking, do not trespassing.
No trespassing.
I put the signs up.
Who did?
I put them up.
Do you own this place?
I don't own it. The owner asked me, let me do it.
Okay. All right. So did you get towed from a space like that?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, but you got a ticket.
Actually, they didn't get no ticket. The only thing I had the receipt from when I got my car back.
Why are you suing him?
This is why. So let me go back to this story. When my roommate called me, he told me if I had someone removing the car. I'm telling no because you're the only one who has the keys. So I called my landlord and I asked him if he got my car towed. And he's like, no, why would I do that? So I let it go. I was in vacations. When I come back on this February 17th, I went straight to the tow truck company that has their sign in the front. So I went to their lot and I found my car there. So when I asked him, who called? They say the owner. And I'm like, no, the owner, he was trying to help me out. He never called. So actually, what I did, and the owner, I sued the towing company.
So you sued the towing company?
Yes, and we went to court with the owner because he was going to...
Was the owner on your side?
Yes.
He came to court with you?
Yes, he went and testified that he never called the tow truck company. So the judge dismissed the case because they were only doing their job. So the judge advised me to find out who actually made the call.
Posing as the owner.
Exactly. So guess what?
Well, why does he dismiss it again? If the owner says, I never called this tow company, how is it that he dismisses it against the tow company if they don't prove that the person who calls them has a right?
That's the owner
said. In other words, I don't understand. This is the company is hired by the owner.
That's correct.
So they should know each other because the owner hired them.
So what happened was the owner of the tow company says that somebody called, posting like he was the owner. Whoever person that called says that he was the owner.
Yeah, but they should know because they have a contract with the owner. So they should know the owner.
They just want the money. Simple. So
you lost that case, and why are you suing him?
Okay, because we start talking, start talking again. And then one time he says, we went back to that subject, my car being towed. He's like, listen, I'm going to be on man enough. I'm the one who called the tow truck on you. I'm the one who did that.
What'd you do when he said that?
Why did I do that? I smiled. Why did I smile? Because I got my case, and now we're here.
Okay.
So,
did you call the tow truck company?
No, ma'am.
Do you have proof that he said what you said?
Actually, he admitted to my face.
I understand that you're saying that. Do you have proof that he called the tow truck company?
I don't have proof for that.
Okay.
Just the way that
Did you ever tell him that you called the tow truck company?
No, ma'am.
So, can a tenant have the car of another tenant towed if that car was parked illegally?
Yes, Because it's illegally.
It's illegally, but it's in a private building and the tenant doesn't own the building. Can he call the tow truck company?
Yeah, because it's still illegal, no matter if it's they're there.
You guys all agree?
I think you can, but mind your business. Like, we're all in the same building. Just you can handle it as neighbors. I don't think it's that necessary.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
Your Honor, actually, and besides that, there's another, his best friend at the time. He signed a letter for me saying that Mr. Seijo, actually it's in Spanish. Do you read Spanish?
Yeah, I just happen to read Spanish.
Okay, so in that letter, he specifies.
How do you come to? What if I didn't read Spanish? Go ahead, give me that.
I don't know. We get so much.
This is America. Speak Spanish.
Yeah. All right.
All right, hold on. Who's Javier Montalvo to you?
Nobody. He's our neighbor next door.
What did you say? His former best friend?
His former best friend.
According to Javier, you told him that you're the one who did it to get back at him because he's the reason you got tickets.
No. This guy assaulted me the other day. I have him in court.
Your Honor, if I may say, Javier said if you have anything, you can just call him.
Yeah, call him. I want to hear from Javier.
Okay.
Does Javier speak English?
Not that good.
Okay.
I think worse than me.
Did you get tickets as a result of him calling the police?
Yes.
Okay.
Hand it to my bailiff, please. That's why my bailiff is next to you. It's not because he likes you. Okay. Señor, ¿cómo se llama usted? Sir, what is your name? Do you speak English?
Just a little bit.
Oh, that's good. Let's try it in English, and if we can't, we'll do it in Spanish, okay? All right. You are a neighbor of these two gentlemen?
Yeah.
All right. And at some point in time, were you friends with Mr. Seijo?
Yeah, a long time, yeah.
Okay. There's a letter that the plaintiff says you gave him, that Mr. Reynolds says you gave him a letter. Did you give him a letter for court?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is it, what you say in the letter I want to talk to you about? Did Mr. Seijo tell you that he called to get, pretending to be the owner of the property and getting Mr. Reynolds towed?
Yeah, he's the one.
Okay. Did it happen in front of you?
Yeah.
Why'd you let it happen if you knew it was a lie?
That's not my problem. That's his problem. He's the one who's not my problem. He's the one calling, not me.
All right. Do you have any questions you want to ask him?
No.
Nothing? Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Here, you can hand him the phone back. All right. So what's the nature of the assault charge that you have against that gentleman?
He
Did you used to live together? Or?
He lives next door, yes.
Oh, okay. And were you were friends?
At one time, yes.
Okay. So what's the nature of the assault charge?
I was at a tire shop in Trenton, and he jumped out of his car and he started beating me up.
Okay. And that's pending right now?
Yes. Yes, and I have a doctor's note here. I'm sick.
Okay.
And he had told somebody, too, that he wished that I would hurry up and die. I'm dying.
I'm sorry to hear that. Did you call the tow truck company? Because
no, I didn't.
Not only does he say that at some point you finally admitted it to him, but also this other fellow, who's another neighbor, says you're the one who called. We also know that from the court case that the owner didn't call. So we know someone with a motive to hurt him is the one who called. And we know, you're really going to interrupt me right now? And we know that you are someone with a motive to hurt him because you're mad that he ended up getting you ticketed.
But ma'am, I paid the ticket. I have proof here that I paid the ticket.
I know, that makes it worse, because you had to pay a ticket.
I paid a ticket. It wasn't nothing. It was $50-something. It's not like...
I paid $700.
Yeah. What did you want to show me there?
I do have another letter from the landlord. Would you like to read it?
From your landlord?
Yes.
Right, let me see that.
And I also have the list.
Okay, you need to stay right behind there and stay there. Okay. All right, and what? You also have what?
A copy of the list proving that
I don't need that.
Okay.
On that same day, in court, the judge said that the tow company was just doing their job and to advise Mr. Reynolds to find out who had made the call and sue them back. After some time, he told me he was taking Mr. Seijo to court and that he admitted to his face that he had called the tow truck company pretending to be me. I would like to add that he does not have my permission to park or drive through the driveway. He's doing it under his own risk of getting his car towed or being charged with trespassing. He has no business in my properties at all. I'm satisfied. I'm finding against you in the amount of $722.46.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So the judge finds in favor of the plaintiff, and Mr. Sejo, you've been ordered to pay him back the $722 he had to pay for the tow and the storage. What do you think?
Whatever the judge says. I don't even mess with that guy.
You did make the call, though, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Okay. He thinks you did. The judge thinks you did.
He's a coward. So
okay. Right.
Cowards do.
Good luck to you. I hope you can live in peace after this. You gonna be okay?
Sure.
When you're going home?
Yes.
All right. Good luck. Good luck. Okay. Now, Mr. Reynolds, this has been a challenge for you, hasn't it?
Of course it is, yes.
Second time you've gone to court over this.
Second time, that's correct. And finally got my granted justice, you know.
And you feel good now?
I feel excellent. I can't wait to tell my neighbors what happened. I can't wait to tell my neighbors.
Well, good luck.
All right, thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Okay, have a great day.
Thank you very much. Okay. Harvey?
So, Doug, I mean, pretty simple. The defendant defrauded the tow truck company by pretending to be the owner. Only the owner of the building or an authorized agent can have a car towed. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
So good, so good, so good.
Get ready, because it's time to save at your Nordstrom Rack store. Now through February 23rd, take an extra 40% off red tag clearance boots, jackets, and sweaters. We're talking the best cold weather styles from Vince, Cole Haan, Sam Edelman, and more. All on sale for even less. All sales final. You never know what you'll find, but you know it's gonna be so good. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
This is the plaintiff, Frank Dufresne. He says he bought a used washing machine from the defendant. It's a piece of junk that doesn't work, and he wants his money back. This guy ripped him off, took advantage of him, and karma's gonna get this guy when he least expects it because what he did was wrong. He's suing for $200, the amount he paid for the bad machine. This is the defendant, Leroy Thomas. He says the washing machine's a $2,000 piece of high-tech equipment. The plaintiff doesn't know how to use it right. The guy put too much soap in it, malfunctioned, and now he's supposed to take it back and give him a full refund? Ah, heck no. It worked fine when he sold it, and he owes the chump nothing. He's accused of being all washed up.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff bought a used washing machine from the defendant, and it turned out to be a piece of junk. But the defendant says the plaintiff put too much soap in it. It's the case of no cheer here.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Frank Dufresne,
Yes, ma'am.
you're suing Leroy Thomas for $200 that you want back that you paid for a washing machine you bought from him, and you say it doesn't work. What happened?
Well, I went to, I was talking to my other buddy where his girlfriend lives. And I
Where,
said,
whose girlfriend? His girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was talking to my buddy, and I'm telling him, I need a washing machine. Mine just died. So he was talking to me, and all of a sudden his girlfriend says, hey, we got one for sale for $200. I says, okay, I'll come and see it. Well, that was supposed to be a sad day. She didn't show up. So I went the next time we made another one, and then I met Roy, and we went out there. We got to the house. I looked at the washer. I said, I want to run it through a cycle. He says, no, there's no water. But they kept telling me that, hey, it's only 2 to 3 years old. So I took their word, and I took it.
Right, but why wasn't there water?
Because he wasn't living there.
Oh, so the water was turned off?
Yeah, the water was turned off because I moved out.
So you went ahead and bought it?
I took his word for it.
What kind of washing machine was this?
I live at Whirlpool.
Can I see it? What brand was it?
Whirlpool.
Yeah, Whirlpool. Digital Whirlpool.
Some of them pictures stick together, Your Honor.
That's all right. A front-loading Whirlpool.
Digital.
Digital, okay. Pretty fancy. All right, How old was this machine?
It's 5 years old.
Now.
Now. And, okay, and how much did you pay for it? Do you remember? Or did you pay for it?
18 to 2, I'm not sure which.
Okay, why were you selling it?
Well, I had nowhere else to put it. I didn't own the house. I had to
So
leave.
go ahead. So you buy it for how much?
I bought it for $200.
Okay, and then what happens?
I brought it home. He helped me take it into the house, and we hooked it up. And at first, it wouldn't work at all. no water would come in. So I played with it a little bit, you know, and all of a sudden the water started coming in, but it was just cold water, no hot. So I used to fix washing machines, so I kind of...
Wait, you used to fix washing machines?
Oh, my. But not that brand. I'm not that...
Okay. No, but that's a...
The little ones like this,
That puts a dink in Coinky Dink. I mean, because I usually tell people who buy something used, oh, you should have brought an expert with you. You are the expert.
So plaintiff buys this used washer for $200 and it doesn't work. Tough luck, or does he have a case?
I think he has a case. He should at least try it out before he buys it. I mean...
But okay, but let's say he didn't because it was unplugged and whatnot. Is he entitled to anything here?
I believe he is, but, I mean, it's not in writing, so...
You don't need it in writing. Is he entitled to anything?
I don't believe he is. He paid money for it before doing his due diligence, checking it out.
So tough luck.
Yeah.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
I'm used to the other type. This is altogether new to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with them front loaders.
Right.
So anyway, I told his girlfriend about it, you know, that I want my money back, the thing's no good. She started yelling and screaming at me, oh, you bought it, you don't know how to run it. So I said, okay, you tell Roy to get in touch with me and I'll bring him up there and I'll show him what's wrong with it.
Okay.
That never happened. He never called me or nothing.
Why didn't you call him?
I never heard about it until a couple weeks later.
Oh, come on, your girlfriend told you.
No, she never told me about it for a couple of weeks.
Why wouldn't she tell you?
Because she handled most of his talking to him.
Yeah, but why wouldn't she tell you, hey, the washing machine, that's like the kind of the immediate thing your girlfriend would tell you.
About 2 or 3 days later, she did.
And then when she told you, what did you say? Why didn't you call him and just tell him how to use the darn machine?
I gave him the manual for it.
Okay, but why didn't you just help him to use it, to figure out how to use the machine?
I didn't have a vehicle to get over there with, and he was supposed to pick me up.
How far is it?
I don't know.
Well, then how do you know how do you know it's not next door? Like, what do you mean? I didn't have a vehicle to go out there with.
No, I lost my car.
Okay, so does your girlfriend have a car? Because she's a big talker.
No.
All right, and she's the one doing all of the negotiating? She's not here?
Yeah, she did all. I just told her how much I wanted.
She's not here, right?
No, she couldn't make it. She's sick.
Okay.
She was coming.
So your position on this is, was that thing working before?
It was, but I sold it as is, Your Honor. I just told him it's as is.
You had moved out of that house?
Yeah.
And were you selling that house?
No, it's not my house. That's why I had to move out.
So why did you leave it behind?
Everything I own is there. The people
Why is
died.
everything you own there?
Because I was taking care of the people that lived in it, and they both died.
Oh, so what's the state of the house? What's going on with it?
It's just sitting there empty. Well, all my belongings are in it because I can't get back there to get my stuff out.
Why can't you get back there?
I don't have the vehicle to do it with.
Well, you can't figure out how to, rent a car, how to have somebody help you, and how to get your stuff. Is there a landlord to that house? Who owns that house now?
No, the guy died that owned it.
Yeah, no, died.
Paid off.
But yes, and therefore there's an estate, there's something, there's children.
Somewhere in this world there's 3 children, 2 of them in New Bedford, 1 in Texas. But they can't locate them. And I was going to stay there and take care of the house for them, but after the water went off, I couldn't pay the bill.
That's a whole other story. All right, now why isn't, Mr. Dufresne, when you buy a used item, it's an as-is sale. That means, you're buying what you're buying, so you better make sure you know what you're buying. Buyer beware.
I took his word for it, Your Honor.
Yeah, but what makes this purchase on your part different than all the other as-is purchases?
None. I agree with you.
You agree with me? If you agree with me, why did you sue?
Because I just wanted my money back, that's all.
No, I know you want it, but you agree you're not entitled to it.
Yeah, when you said...
as is?
He never even gave me a bill of sale.
Okay, all right. All right, well, so long as we're all in agreement. What happens when you buy a used item is it's an as-is sale, and so you got to make sure that... See, you took a gamble. This was a nice, expensive machine, and I think maybe in your head you thought, if there's anything wrong with that, I could probably handle it. But it turns out it's a different thing altogether, as you said. So there are some repairs that it needs. You just don't think it's worth it now. So you took a gamble, but you want him now to eat the risk of your gamble, and that's not how it works. When you buy something that's used, you better know you really want it, because there is no return policy. Verdict for the defendant. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Well, it was a good try for the plaintiff, but it didn't work out, Mr. Dufresne.
Me and my mouth.
You and your mouth. Listen, I understand that was a very expensive machine.
It is.
He said, he said it was $2,000. Originally.
Even the serviceman that I called said, don't sink no more money in this thing's a piece of junk, but...
Yeah, really?
Yeah, that's what he told me.
Would you have put more money into it or repair it?
No. I'm not putting nothing into it, just for the board.
Yeah.
The timer board.
Yeah.
$346.
Yeah, expensive machine. But it was expensive. That's what I hear. $2,000. That's a lot.
Hey,
Okay.
you win some, you lose some.
Well, yeah, today you lost. I'm sorry.
No problem.
At least you're in good spirits about it. Okay. Mr. Thomas, is that true? Was that close to a $2,000 machine?
It was close to 2,000, yeah.
That's a lot for a washing machine.
Yeah, well, that's what the lady of the house wanted.
Yeah.
She gets what she wants. So I bought it. We used it for 4 years, 3 years, 4 years. And when the house closed up, I had to just shut the water. The water shut down because I couldn't have paid the bills. It wasn't my bill.
Yeah.
And when they died, I just closed the house down.
Wow.
And he decided, my girlfriend found him to buy it, so I took him out there.
You gave it away for $200.
Yeah, and I got a refrigerator, so I was it.
All right, well, thank you very much. Okay,
Sure
at least you're okay on that.
Thank
All right, you got your money. Okay, Harvey, what do you think?
You know, it's so funny. We talk about this all the time about, when you buy a used item like this, it's an as-is sale. And you kind of think, well, I never have any recourse. That's not true. If you buy a used item, you are still allowed to demand a warranty. It could be a 30-day warranty. It could be a 1-year warranty. And if you don't get the warranty, maybe you don't buy the product. But don't think because it's used, you don't have the right to negotiate.